which is Canal Street, but there never actually was a canal despite the name. If that was the American sector, then this side must have been the French Quarter. There you go. American sector, French Quarter. That's how I got split. Now earlier I said we're a bowl. To get to the edge of the bowl, to the right, you got to go up to the edge. So if you look at the earth, well, deja vu. If you look to the right, the earth will go up to the river. So to the right is the highest ground in New Orleans, towering at 24 feet above sea level. My ears just pumped. That structure, the tan structure with the geometric shapes and the blue staircase, occupies the highest ground in the city. High ground is a small precious commodity, by the way. What kind of structure you have to make sure doesn't get wet? University, hospital, city hall?
Hospital.
Hospital. It's a good idea. It's not, but it's a good idea. That is the aquarium. When Katrina hit, banks, city hall, hospitals, all underwater. But the fish and the slot machines, high and dry. Woo! Dodged a bullet there, we did, yeah. That aquarium's really good. They just reopened the Shark Touch, the Ray Touch pool. Just finished a small renovation. Top 10 in the U.S. Placement could be better. On the left, there's a bronze sculpture of our city's favorite Canadian. It's JB, not Justin Bieber. On the left is Jean-Baptiste, the founder of New Orleans. Faces north to his place of birth, which is Quebec. Quebec City, Quebec. Now, funny thing about this French Quarter is that the architecture is not French. We burned twice. 1788, 1794. Everything but 2 buildings will burn to the ground. Do you know what country rebuilt the French Quarter? Spain. Under Spanish control, the city burns. Under Spanish control, the city is rebuilt by way of Havana, Cuba. We are ruled from Havana, so we are rebuilt in the image of Havana. So we share more in common places like Havana, Old San Juan, Key West, more than anywhere else. On the right, here's Cafe Beignet. According to Emeril Lagasse, the best beignets in New Orleans. Of course, what else here will know about beignets? He lives in Florida. You might have been to Cafe Beignet yet? Yeah? Alright, coming up on the left, we're going to pass by the French Quarter's French Square, known for its great French name. It is Jackson Square.
Jackson Square.
So it's the French Square name for the American, not the American Square name for the Frenchman. That's not confusing, it's diplomatic. Right in the middle is General Jackson on horseback, his horse, Old Duke. Behind Jackson, right in the middle, is St. Louis Cathedral, the oldest continually operating Catholic cathedral in the U.S. On the left is the Cabildo, capital for government for the entire colony. On the right is the Presbytere or Priest House. This is it, the center for government, military, and the church for the entire colony. And they rename it for Jackson when they name as well everything. Back to the left, the structure back to the left is a Louisiana State History Museum today. It was the capital of Louisiana. It's where they signed the purchase. The document is on display. You can visit that museum if you get a participating membership, like at the Ogden, for no additional cost. So Jackson, of course, came here in December of 1814. The British are coming, War of 1812, stops the invasion, ends the war, and that's why this is, of course, Jackson Square. On the right, Café du Monde, with a great French name in the French Quarter, was opened by a German named Fred Koniger. So Fred started selling fried square pockets of French bread dough here, covered in powdered sugar, and Fred called these donuts for the first 96 years. They were donuts originally. By the 1950s, American donuts became more popular. To differentiate, they gave them a fancy sounding French name and started calling them beignets, but first they just called them donuts. Yeah, close enough. Yeah, but the word beignet is really more marketing than anything else. Funny thing about beignets, they do taste better if you're wearing black or navy blue. We don't know why. Strange but true, I tell you. Now in front of us, this part of the French Quarter they used to call Little Palermo. By the early 1900s, New Orleans took the biggest Sicilian immigration in the U.S. Many settled down this way, including the Impostata family from Palermo, Sicily. They opened on the left Central Roastery. They gave us our other sandwich, the muffalata. Muffalata is Sicilian bread, mortadella, olive salad, provolone, ham, salami, Swiss. According to Food and Wine magazine, the muffalata at Central Roastery is the best sandwich in Louisiana. And this is the French market. This is the oldest continually operating open-air market in the U.S. The natives were trading here first. The Spanish put the roof on it, so that's why we call it the French market. Okay, we'll go with that. Descriptive. The market is back to operating 7 days a week, 9 to about 5, depending how busy they are. And we're going to be coming up in a little bit to the flea market section. The prices down here can be a little negotiable. Good spot to get souvenir stuff to take home. Now, I will say this, the market is back to operating 7 days a week, though the vendors are a little sparse on Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you're going to be around Thursday, probably a better day for the market. Watched all those years ago. Again on the left, especially the oak trees and the crab myrtles, you'll see all these Mardi Gras beads hanging up. We use the trees on St. Charles to grow our Mardi Gras beads. That's a joke, okay. By the 1950s, the city had banned the parades from the quarter. Now they go on the left. This is the major parade route, and the beads are, well, leftovers. Coming up on the right in about a block, we're going to pass by not a Catholic church. Before the Louisiana Purchase, the law here says on Sunday, go to Catholic Mass or go to jail. Take your pick. No cremation, no divorce, Catholic or jail till the Purchase. On the right, this is the first non-Catholic congregation to form anywhere in the entire Louisiana Territory, 1805. The first non-Catholic congregation to form anywhere in the entire Louisiana Territory rests on the site of the first divorce in Louisiana. Two things not allowed before the Louisiana Purchase. A little bit of irony in there somewhere. Yeah. No such thing as freedom of religion here until December 20, 1803. As a French colony, the law is you're French, you're Catholic, or you're in jail. That's it. On the right, this house sits on half its original lot. Half. 1868 Elms Mansion, built for the niece of Zachary Taylor, the only president from Louisiana. On the left, there's a house for sale. Behind it, there's a pink house with palm trees called Le Castillo. 13.3 thousand square feet. Used to be a church. Look behind him, you can see it there. Jay-Z and Beyonce bought it about 3 years ago. So if you look behind the A-frame home on the left, you see the front of it. 2.6 million, 13.3 thousand square feet. When Beyonce was asked about the house, she said she bought it because her sister Solange lives here full-time in New Orleans. She wanted to visit her once or twice a year, probably. So they bought the house to stop in to see her sister once or twice a year. $2.6 million. She must really like her sister. On the right, the crown jewel of St. Charles. Ladies, gentlemen, here is McDonald's. Look at the roof line. It's built to look like a church. What you don't see are the golden arches in the air. Not allowed on St. Charles. One of only 3 McDonald's in the country is allowed to feature. The St. Charles Historic Preservation Society said that the golden yellow neon arches would not look right